Hey everybody, Joe Flip here. Today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to get started on your live concert streaming from your mobile device. So let's get into it. So first of all, this video can go on and on a million different subcategories and advanced topics all over the place. So for what it's worth, this video is dedicated a little bit more towards more beginners, maybe people who haven't done Facebook yet, or maybe they have done it but they don't really know the general beginner tips and tricks. First thing is internet connection. So it's always best to have a direct signal for your internet connection, which is like take an Ethernet cable from your router or modem, go right into your laptop or your mobile device. So if you can't do that, the next step is be as close to your modem or router, as close to it as possible. Also, try to turn all the other devices off. At least don't have people streaming from like Netflix or on YouTube or internet. So for me, I take all my other, if I have any other tablets or computers, turn them all off. I'll even turn them on on airplane mode. But the best preference is always get a direct signal. So for iPhone devices, so I have an iPhone with a little lightning port here. I just bought an adapter where you can take your Ethernet connection from your modem router and go directly right into your iPhone. I'm not sure if Android has one. I'm guessing they probably do. I'll put links in the description for all these things here too. Let's go right into the live thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about lighting, background, that kind of stuff, but I'm going to get right into the basics of your live streaming. So for me, I'm going to show you on an iPhone just the real quick basics on how to get set up on live stream. So I'm on my band business page right now. I'm going to go to Publish from my mobile device here. Then just scroll down to Live Video. Typically when you're doing like an actual video, you always want the horizontal, you never want to do vertical. But for live video, I think it all depends on your background. First thing I do is when I'm going to do my live video, I get it kind of primed like right before I hit the start. So I go into live video but I haven't started it yet. So whether I choose this option or this option, I'll put it in my little tripod and I'll just put it there and I'll go back and forth and I'll watch myself in selfie mode and I'll adjust, my little background stuff. If you have a sign up like mine, put that up. If you have any cool like guitar stands or something to hang up on the wall or some kind of background. So that way I can decide, do I want it vertical or horizontal? I can see how everything's kind of cropped in. So for example, my house, once I go too far this way, then you can see this big door and my ugly basement back there. So it kind of loses that cool, studio vibe. So for my thing, I kind of cut off right around there. So once you choose horizontal or vertical, when you hit start, don't ever move it around up or down because it's not going to adjust. It's going to stay, upside down. Or put something creative in there. I might say, live streaming in the comfort of your own home. If you want to do a PayPal link, you can put that in there too. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And then you hit that done. Hit the live stream button and then you're good to go. So as of now, if you do selfie mode, it's like a mirrored image. So right now, if I did selfie mode on here, my name would be mirrored, flipped, which you don't want. It's going to look unprofessional. You can't read your text in your shirts or whatever. So I'm going to show you how to do that. What you do is that little arrow. You see that little magic wand with the stars there. You hit that button. On the bottom right, you see a little tool with like a wrench and a screwdriver. And then you see a button that will flip it mirrored left to right or upside down, up and down. And there's also a lighting option. I think it gives you like three or four, a couple different lighting options to make it darker or lighter. But so yeah, hit that mirrored image. Again, test it in selfie mode so you can see that your text is the right way. It's not mirrored flipped the other way. Now, if you don't have that option, if you have like an Android that doesn't have that technology yet, then what you do is don't have it on selfie mode. So have it, have the camera going towards you, and so you're not going to be able to see the comments. So you're going to have to, adjust and make sure you're in the shot. But then that way, the camera's going straight in and it's not flipped reversed. So that's another way to get around it. And then you can bring a second device to read, the comments, that kind of thing. Another thing other people have been asking me about is what happens when people like call or text my phone while you're doing a live video. One of my musician friends, he always has people call him through the Facebook direct messaging, which kind of messes with everything. So what you could do is you can go in your phone, first of all, turn your phone on silent, on off, or silent mode, whatever, not just vibrate, but silent. You can go to airplane mode with only Wi-Fi. So what that does, it only has Wi-Fi, but it disables phone calls, text messages, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we covered how to get the live stream started. I'm going to cover how to get it on the second screen. So what I do is I usually grab like another tablet or my laptop. Once I hit live, I already have my tablet kind of already set up like on my page. So if I'm going live on my band page, for example, I'll have my band page already set up on my iPad. Once it goes live, there might be a couple seconds delay. I'll see it on there, instantly share it to my personal Facebook page. If you're only going live on your personal Facebook page, then you should be good to go. All right, so then now when you hit the live video, another thing I really don't like is when people do live videos is as soon as they hit live or publish or whatever, it's always, hey, is this thing on? Is it on? Are we live? Should we wait for some people to come on? You don't want to do that stuff, because think of it, if it wasn't live, if it was just a video, you wouldn't do that, right? You would just hit record, you talk or play, whatever your goal of that video is, and then you post it, right? So after you make the live video, people are going to watch it after the fact too. It might be the same people. Chances are it'll be a lot of people that are different that haven't seen the live video. If it's a video where it's specifically more like, questions and answers, then maybe wait for a little bit or have some kind of plan ahead of time and then go into the questions as they come in. So you really want to think of the video after it's live, when it's rebroadcasting. For the PayPal link, if your goal is to do a live concert and get asked for tips through like a PayPal or Venmo link, I covered that a little bit earlier, but you can definitely put that in the description of your video. You can mention it in your video a couple times. So, and besides the PayPal link, try to think of like an overall 1 or 2 goals that you want throughout the video. So, what is the ideal next step? Whether 100 people watch this video, 5 people watch this video, 1,000 people watch it, whatever it is, what is your ideal goal if you could, take them to the next step? Is it having them go to your Spotify account? Is it having them go to your email list? Is it having them watch your next video? Maybe you do 1 video a week. Maybe it's every day. Do you want them to buy a CD? Do you want them to buy merch? Do you want them to donate to your PayPal thing? Try to think of like typically one main goal that you want them to go to. What's the next step to take it from here? So it's kind of like the sales funnel. Another tip when you're doing your live videos is having the selfie mode on there, which is nice. So right now I have a selfie mode, so if I look at myself, it's right there, but if I look at you at the lens, it's right there. So again, as musicians, we always want to connect with our listeners, with our fans. So if you're, answering questions or playing to them looking like this, it's not as engaging as looking like this. So what I would recommend is to not even use selfie mode. If you can trust yourself to turn it around so you're getting the video shot of your screen, your shot, make sure it looks good. You can have someone help you out, but otherwise you can kind of map out where that shot is. Now there's no selfie mode, so you can't see yourself, but it forces you to look right into that camera lens every time. So when the selfie mode is there, it's so hard not to look at yourself. So if you do have to use selfie mode, try to force yourself to look at the camera lens when you're answering questions, when you're playing the music. Of course, when you're performing, you can look around, but when you want to really engage with people, you look at them right into the camera lens, which is like looking at them directly in the eye.